And welcome. These are horse racing selections for Sunday, the 11th of May. I am Flatcap Callum, and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. All right, we'll try and not keep you hanging about on this one. Sunday's play is 5 horses, 4 races, 12 quid. Usually I play it as a split leg Yankee. That is not what I'm doing. I'm doing each way. Doubles, trebles and fourfolds for Sunday's bet, because usually I would say to you I don't want to put any more particular multiple stake on a certain race, whereas actually it's my preferred race, so I'd rather do that. I know some people literally don't care, but these small minutiae things are important to me. So there you go. Got to do the review of Saturday, and actually we came out ahead. So if nothing else, we stopped the run of 14 losing videos in a row, I believe it was. I'm sure someone was counting. I think 14 in a row. That's not a great place to be. We're still not in a great shape for the week, so we do need some sort of really decent return on Sunday. Otherwise, it will go to 3 weeks. 3 weeks back to back losses. We've had plenty more worse times than that, but that's not what we want. We want to try and get ourselves back in front. So let's go through it was some funny results, but. My Bobby Dazzler went up with a pace, faded last. I think something must have gone slightly awry for it to be that far last. Luna Sovereign, I think that was a very unfortunate run. If you watch the race, just as the camera was panning on the last fence, it looked like it sort of came a cropper on the other side of the last fence. A horse came across it, I think, and that's certainly what it looked like. And it stopped its flow, and it looked like it yanked it. The jockey yanked it back on the rein. So. I think it was coming to get 5th or 4th. So we didn't get it back. Sugar Hill Babe, well, sometimes it happens, doesn't it? Sometimes they get well backed in. No rule fall, 14 to 1, went off 100 to 30 favourite, and won like an absolute good thing. Unfortunately, nothing else came to back it up, because that Connections didn't look interested for that one. That never really looked like it was put into the race. And was a drifter, and then Mr. Persistence was a bit of a punty one, and it didn't do anything. So we got back only a single for Sugar Hill Babe on that one. The channel played that 14s, 2 places quarter the odds, as stated in the previous video. Some would have done it in 3 places, and wouldn't have got quarter the odds. It would have made the difference of 25p or something. I don't know, something like that. It was quite fractional, I'm sure. Bet 2, and then this slightly depends on what odds you got. Give me 5. 10s was what the channel took. I think it was 12 SP. Hickory, massive drifter, 22s. It was a winner. The channel only got that as 12 to 1, 5p rule 4 as well, I would add. 5p rule 4 and a 12 to 1, 70p win. But anyone getting best price guaranteed or SP would have got that at 22. So you'd have had a 12s and a 22s. The channel had that as a 10s and 12s with a 5p rule 4. So I would imagine most people would have come out ahead of the channel, to be honest. Channel had it 17.50 on 22.37 back, a profit of 4.87. So we still, as I said, got this deficit to make for the week if we're going to do anything. So Sunday, I thought I'd end up doing a lot of stuff at Newcastle, and I haven't. I've just got the one race that I quite like, and the other stuff I've left alone. So we've got a horse at Longchamp in France, which I think is the first one. I think I said I might do that, but it's the first one of the year. 2 at Killarney, 2 at Newcastle, same race. Here is the bet. So we're going to start in the 250 at Longchamp. It's not the 2,000 or 1,000 French guineas. It is the handicap at Longchamp, and a decent quality one at that. There was a horse a bit close in the 2,000 guineas. I definitely had a good look around both the guineas, and I think the most interesting types of runners are the Aidan O'Brien ones, not necessarily first string ones, but from a value perspective, it wasn't enough to tempt me for the channel. So watch him. I'm putting it up as SP for the channel, so I tend to do this with French horses. Often in French racing, where you've got British interest, and there is British interest in this handicap, I tend to find myself on French horses in French races. That sounds It might sound really obvious to some people, but by taking SP because we're putting this on a generally British or Irish betting market, the horse is less likely to have as much interest from British or Irish punters as a French horse, because British or Irish punters are more likely to follow the horses they know, the nationality they know. So it's around 12s, 14s with a few bookmakers. Not many have priced this race up. So I'm going to let it roll and take SP, because I don't think it will be shorter than that. I think it's more likely to be bigger or stay. Well, I think it's more likely to get bigger than shorter, and I think it could just stay the same. So I'm not worried about it shortening up in any great strengths. It's slightly hard to put handicaps in France through my star system, so it's a little fudge. I haven't completely made the thing up, but it comes out really, really well handicapped on my rating system. So yeah, Watch Him is in 7-year-old as well. That's another reason why some folk would overlook the horse. Let's see if we can go. And should say as well, bookie advice all centres around this specific race, because there's half a dozen bookmakers that are saying they're going to go 5 places. So Hills, Betfred, Coral, Ladbrokes 365, Unibet are also 5, but they're not 4 on this one here. So but that's 6 bookmakers paying 5 places. So I'm taking SP 5 places for the channel. Then we're going 230 Killarney. It's a Charles Burns one. Been running terrible on the flat. Much better hurdler. Definitely got form to be in frame contention for the race. It depends on what's going on with the horse, to be honest. What they're up to, what they're not up to with it. So Redwood Queen 12-1 is in. And then 5.25 Killarney in the bumper. You'll notice the big price. It's really varied. It's one of them ones. It's 100-1 Paddy Betfair. It's 40s, I think 365. 365. Actually, although they're fine place terms, they're not good price terms. I think they're only 8s on that, and they're about 40s on that at the time of making the video. Uller, I checked. I think it is a Norse god. I think that's what it is. Never heard of it before. And yeah, it's an interesting profile, right? So you've got a bumper where you've got a number of horses coming from decent stables that have not gone in a bumper before, so you're not quite sure how they're going to go. This has run twice in a bumper. Last time so bad at Kilbeggan, and the time before was actually pretty good at Leopardstown. And I say pretty good. It's yet to be seen how that race stacks up. There's a few that have come out and done okay from that race, and there's some that have come out and not done so good. But on bare form, that race is interesting to make it. Of the horses that run in bumpers, I make it the second best form on paper. So I think it's worth taking a flyer. I wouldn't want it to go, as in, it wouldn't take much for it to go much lower for me not to put it on the channel. So I think something like 40s, I probably would have left it for the channel. Probably would have bet it myself at 40s. But so just to give you a concept of value in there, I don't see this massively going a lot shorter, but I think it's one of those ones where the bookies are not sure how to price it up, and it'd be interesting to see what punters make of it, because I don't think it's a horse where there's going to be connection money like piling onto it at all. One interesting thing as well is actually the jockey that ran on it in Leopardstown, who ran well, he's back on because they had a different jockey, more experienced but different jockey who ran on it in Kilbeggan, so that's a little tick as well. But yeah, so if it gets shorter, I think that's really just other people sort of seeing the potential that I see rather than anything else. It's certainly not like a plot job or anything like that. We're really trying to sort of say, can we get a staying on third for a big price? That's what we're trying. And then the 5.45 Newcastle, Eldrick Jones and Zip, both in. Slight preference Eldrick Jones over Zip, but yeah, I like that race and I like those horses. So 9 times 20p each way doubles. So you put all 5 horses in the bet slip. There are 9 combinations of doubles when you are doing 5 horses over 4 races. 9 times 20p each way doubles, 7 times 20p each way trebles, and 2 times 15p each way fourfolds, which makes that exactly £7, so a round number of £7. And then to make it easy, 50p each way singles on all 5, £12 is the play. And as I said, the bookie advice here is different to normal. because you want 5 places here. So Hills, Betfred, Coral, Ladbrokes 365. Most are 4 here, but Unibet aren't, which is why they've not included them, even though they're 5 there. And something like a Paddy that you normally go for, only 3 there and 4 there, so that's not very preferable. But I think Paddy, I said you get hundreds there. So you might want to vary. If you've got lots of bookmaker choice, you can vary where you put your singles and your multiples and stuff on. All right, that's it. I will be back potentially Sunday. We'll see what we think. I think 6 meetings Monday, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we come with. Lots of racing. Whether or not that converts to lots of stuff I like, I don't know yet. And as I think I said on the video the night before, we've got then. We've had a bit of previous with this week. It's also it's York Dante. I didn't say that last night, but it's the Dante meeting, and yeah, York is a very hard track. Lots of folk find it very, very hard. I tend to find it's like hero or zero. So for a meeting like the Dante meeting, I've had great ones, I've had bad ones. If you follow the channel long enough, you'll know that we had an absolute horrendous Ebor meeting in August. First year of the channel, horrible. But then I've had good ones as well. So yeah, we'll see. We would very much great if we can pull something out on Sunday. But then we're going to be, either way, really want something decent for next week. And there is going to be some interesting things to go at, hopefully. The weather still looks pretty dry. So you're still going to have consistent ground, which is helpful. There's just a few funny results. Certainly some of the ones I'm picking are either in and about the right place or they're last. There is not many kind of like down the field type jobs, particularly. The Irish ones that... I'd almost call them last, but all right, that's me. I will go. I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.